Hello, everybody. This is Jose Gagnon, and today I'll be starting a very new series that I came up with called Everything Wrong with Thomas the Tank Engine, where I'll be just saying some crazy and random funny comments while I go through a bunch of the seasons of Thomas the Train. And I'll be going with different narrators for each season. So for the second season, which is the one I'm doing right now, it'll be with George Carlin as the narrator. So I hope you all enjoy this new series. And the first episode we'll be starting with is called Double Trouble, or Thomas, Percy, and the Coal.
Island of Sodor. Thomas the Tank Engine's blue paint sparkled in the sunshine as he puffed happily along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle. He was feeling very pleased with himself.
As he always is.
"Hello, Thomas," whistled Percy. "You look splendid." "Yes, indeed," boasted Thomas. "Blue is the only proper color for an engine." "Oh, I don't know. I like my brown paint," said Toby. "I've always been green. I wouldn't want to be any other color either," added Percy.
Thinking that you're amazing and cool just because of the color paint you have.
Well, anyway," huffed Thomas, "blue is the only color for a really useful engine. Everyone knows that." Percy said no more. He just grinned at Toby. Later, Thomas was resting when Percy arrived. A large hopper was loading his freight cars full of coal. Thomas was still being cheeky. "Careful," he warned. "Watch out with those silly cars." Go on, muttered the cars. "And by the way," went on Thomas, "those buffers don't look very safe to me." The last load poured down. "Help!"
Doesn't the man who's operating the coal hopper see that there aren't any trucks to be loaded with coal? And why didn't Percy's driver go and check to see that the buffers were safe before backing Percy up? This is how you can tell that some of these drivers / workmen aren't really that super smart when it comes to what they're doing.
"Help!" cried Thomas. "Get me out!" Percy was worried, but he couldn't help laughing. Thomas's smart blue paint was covered in coal dust from smokebox to bunker. "Ha ha!" chuckled Percy. "You don't look really useful now, Thomas. You look really disgraceful." "I'm not disgraceful," choked Thomas. "You did that on purpose. Get me out." It took so long to clean Thomas that he wasn't in time for his next train. Toby had to take Annie and Clarabelle. "Poor Thomas," whispered Annie to Clarabelle. They were most upset.
What about Henrietta? Isn't he going to take Henrietta with him too?
Thomas was grumpy in the shed that night. Toby thought it a great joke, but Percy was cross with Thomas for thinking he had made his paint dirty on purpose. Fancy a really useful blue engine like Thomas becoming a disgrace to Sir Topham Hatt's railway.
First off, Percy, you were the one that kept going, and you didn't tell your driver to stop after you backed into the buffers. And now you're just saying it's Thomas's fault, even though Thomas was the one that got covered in the coal. These trains don't really make that much sense, to be honest.
Next day, Thomas was feeling more cheerful as he watched Percy bring his cars from the junction. The cars were heavy and Percy was tired. "Have a drink," said his driver. "Then you'll feel better." The water column stood at the end of the siding with the unsafe buffers. Suddenly, Percy found that he couldn't stop. The buffers didn't stop him either.
And now they're not checking the brakes to make sure that the brakes work so that he can stop.
"Oh!" wailed Percy. "Help!"
Oh my
The
goodness.
buffers were broken, and Percy was wheel deep in coal.
Oh, this is craziness, everybody.
It was time for Thomas to leave. He had seen everything. "Now Percy has learned his lesson too," he chuckled to himself. That night, the two engines made up their quarrel. "I didn't cause your accident on purpose, Thomas," whispered Percy. "You do know that, don't you?" "Of course," replied Thomas, "and I'm sorry I teased you. Your green paint looks splendid again, too. In future, we'll both be more careful of coal."
This is one of the many arguments that these two are going to have. And you'll see that they'll have plenty of more arguments to deal with in the other episodes that are going to be coming. So that was Double Trouble and / Thomas, Percy, and the Coal. So now the next episode we will be moving on to is Cows. Hope you all enjoy, and I hope you're all hope that you're all looking forward to the next episode. Okay. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of this series as well. Bye-bye.